Hey guys, it's Jordan again. So if you watched my last video, I showed you how to install a threadless headset with threaded forks, and I got a suggestion to do it with threadless forks. Now, there's two types of ways you can do it with threadless forks. Well, there's actually three types, but the two type of threaded forks are ones with either a star nut in them, which is what I have right now, or ICS with a cap and a hole for a bolt that you use with bars with a star nut. Alright, so I'm going to show you the two best ways to do this. One's going to be the lightest way, and one's going to be the most heavy-duty way that'll nothing will ever go bad with it, except for maybe a strip bolt or two, which is easy to fix. There's three types of compression. ICS, which is the fork with the cap here or here with the small hole. And there's SCS, and there's HIC, which is basically SCS, but you can't use standard bars. Right now I'm going to show you ICS. Alright, so here we have District FK1 forks. They have the cap at the top. Usually they come with this bolt here. You take the bolt and you put it inside. And you shake it around till it comes out. And you got that. So hold it upside down from the bolt. Next you'll need a big Allen key, a really long big Allen key. So this is basically the size of the forks. Put that in, and if you can find the bolt, just put it on there. And once you're, let me just find it here. Damn it, come on. Okay, once you got it on the bolt, stick your fork through your threadless headset, or you can take off the top bar if you want, and then just put it back on. By the way, this is the crown that I was talking about in the other video. You just slide that on, and it's a tight fit on your forks, so they won't fall off after, as you can see. Now, you get your bars while holding that with the star nut inside. You slide them over top of your threadless forks. And, oh my god, if they don't hate you, they'll go on. Well, that's as good as she'll get. Now, inside your forks, there is a star nut similar to this, but it is not an inch, it is an inch and a half. I'm pretty sure an inch and 3/4, something like that. And that's somewhere inside your head tube. Or not your head tube, your bars. So you take your bolt again, you feed it up your forks through that hole, and it should go straight to that. These still aren't on good enough, for sure. Okay. Okay, so now that you finally got your bars on, feed up this bolt one more time. This one here. Find that hole and you start to tighten. And mine's already tight. So that's ICS. Now you just you start tightening your clamp up and all that, and you're good to go. I don't recommend ICS because it's not very strong, but if you want to use it with District X because it's light, or for some forks like fusion forks, you might have to use it. Where the hell is that bolt? Damn it, this is hard. Another reason why you shouldn't use ICS. And it usually doesn't stay dialed. Okay. Stupid fusion bars. Piece of goddamn bars. Okay. So take out your stupid district fork. Grab your other stupid fusion forks. Now, these require a star nut, which is this thing here. This is the inch star nut. You put them in there and you hammer them on. It's dead simple to do. You don't really need to watch me do it. Plus I can't really do it. I don't have any other forks. These forks need to be cut down about like maybe 1/4 of an inch. You just take a hacksaw, something like this, and you just hack it off. Which your parents should be able to tell you, or your woodshop teacher or whatever. So same deal, you put these through with your headset and everything, and the crown should keep it in place. So you got that there. Now you take your broken SCS with a strip bolt because you're stupid, and if you need to stretch it, you do that by just taking out one of these bolts, putting it in backwards with a penny in between there, and it'll push it out. You just slide this on here. See how easy that is? And you line it up, and usually, shut up, truck. Thank you. And then you drop the cap here, and it comes with another bolt. You put the cap in like that. If you don't want to use that, if you get a headset and it comes with one of these, it's the exact same thing. But you have to use these kind of bolts that they give you. So you throw that in there. Doesn't matter which way. I think it works either way, so seems to anyways. Line the flat part of this up with the flattest part of your forks, if your forks are not rounded, so like fusion forks. And then you just tighten this from the top down. Let me move this back a bit. Take your Allen key and you tighten that from the top down. And SCS doesn't have to be super tight, because it will make your headset just completely stop working the way it should be. Because you can get this thing very tight without it breaking or snapping or nothing until your bolt totally strips. So you line this up, just eyeball it, doesn't matter. OCD. Come on! There we go. Line that up, tighten it a bit more, make sure it spins a bit. This is good enough for me because it's really smooth and I don't care if it spins for a while. Now if you have standard bars like me, you grab your standard blunt MP bars, which is what I use, and you have to cut the shim off. And if you don't know what a shim is, sorry, not a shim, you don't need the slit, you have to cut off the slit. These are slits, it is so you can compress. The reason you don't want these with SCS is because when you go to put them in, like that, well I should have the shim in there, but whatever, it clamps down and then it squeezes that and then they break off because these are not very strong. So you cut that off, and since this raises your bars by 2 inches, what you've just lost is moved up. So you put in your shim after you've tightened it, obviously, for standard bars. If you have HIC oversized bars, you don't need the shim at all. This is why I like SCS and not HIC. HIC is oversized only. So you put in your bars the way they should be if they have back sweep. Mine don't, but they have this cute little sticker for blunt. You slide those on. Oh man, that's tight too. For Christ's sake, I'm having a bad day. Oh, going back to the road. Okay. So you step on those bad boys and you slide them in like there's no tomorrow. Put them on the ground, line them up a bit. Okay, now you put it back in your holding device, or if you're not using a holding device, who cares? Grab your Allen key and tighten each bolt at least like from the edge of your Allen key, go like just a little bit up, just a little bit up, just a little bit up. Oh, that one's really loose, so I need to go a lot. I need to tighten this top part because I have a strip bolt. Let's tighten that a bit, and then go again. From the bottom, a little bit. from the middle a little bit. Keep doing that, because if you tighten one of these a lot, eventually it's going to end up looking like this. Like this crack here is going to look like that. And you don't want that, because then it's putting a lot of stress on the threads here, and that's what makes them stripped. And that's why my top one stripped, is because I tightened these all really hard, and then when I put that one in, it wasn't as tough because my bars are a bit wider than regular standard bars, I guess. And when I took it out, it was like, and then it just snapped. So you gotta be careful with that. So tighten that a little bit, and a little bit. It doesn't matter now because I have this damn bolt thing, but it gets the job done. So you just keep doing that. Eventually it's gonna get nice and snug for each bolt. And once you're done this, you're finished. You can go ride and do it how you want. And SCS has got to be the buffest of all compression, I have to say. I'm not going to diss HIC because it is just as good, but I don't like having the shim go over top of your bars and then it's only clamped by your bars. So you have to have a nice good clamp, but with this it's clamps the forks, and then this is a separate clamp altogether. That's why I like that. So you get that done, and if you want, you can put it on the ground, and if it spins when you put your feet together, I'll show you here. So if put your feet like that, I'll put mine on my peg, and turn your bars. If they spin or turn, then you don't have it tight enough, but it should be good. You're done. So that was how to install threadless forks with threadless headset and compression. ICS or SCS. I highly recommend SCS. Alright, so that's it. You can go to my channel, subscribe please. I want to try to make this big channel and get everyone going with it. Leave some suggestions down in the comments. If something's been done before and you want me to put a variation on it, like I did today, I will do that, but I'm not going to do the whole previous video over. So thank you to this person for sending in the suggestion, and leave some more down below. Like, favorite, dislike. You can dislike this as much as you want. If you hate me, go ahead, hate me, I don't care. And yeah, I'll see you later. Keep it dialed. That wasn't dialed, neither was that.